Hey everybody out there on the internet, welcome again to another edition of Direct to Riff. Today I am taking on something that apparently a long time ago people really enjoyed, and nowadays I think it's more of a curious novelty. It is miniatures. I know that whole thing about putting a boat in a jar is still cool, but it's lost on me. I remember Micro Machines, but this is a whole other thing completely. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Miniature World with me. Oh, happy day. Oh, I can almost hear the VHS.
Oh, it never fails. Almost showtime, and I can't find my other boot. What's a circus without a
God, it's a low-budget Mark
without his boots. But don't worry, things always work out by showtime.
No, they
It's
don't.
just that at Miniature World, we want everything to be just right. After all, we've gone to a lot of effort to bring to you one of North America's largest miniature attractions. But it also took imagination.
We spent a whole
and that's
5
the kind
minutes
of stuff
on this
that makes
production.
Miniature World so fantastic. Everything has to be just right. So while I find
So while
my
they
boot,
put me in charge,
why not
I'll
take a
never
look at the
know.
greatest little show on earth. Ladies and gentlemen, Miniature World.
Man, this sucks, but it's a paycheck. Okay, I don't know what landscapes have to do with this, but
Vancouver Island on
there you
Canada's
go.
west coast is alive with some of nature's great panoramas. On the southern tip is Victoria, the seat of government for British Columbia. Victoria
Because nobody
carries a
wants to live
British
further up
tradition and
north.
charm
Have
her
you seen
namesake
it?
would be proud of. It's also part of the charm of Miniature World. The elegant Empress Hotel on Victoria's beautiful inner harbor has been home to this remarkable attraction since 1970. Here,
they've
the
been paying
panoramas
us
are on
to
a
say
different
this.
scale, but just as alive, in 9 enchanting worlds of history and wonder.
geez, son, imagine if you had no life like these people.
George Devlin created Miniature World with 12 dioramas that have now grown to over 50 intricately detailed creations. George sought to explore his own creativity
to own
and hit
their
upon a
souls
theme with
one
universal
day.
appeal, a fascination with miniatures shared by young and old alike. It's a fascination that requires
I've
precision,
yet to meet
time-consuming
anybody
care,
who
and much
currently
attention. George Devlin
cares?
combines
I mean,
that
like
attention
my
to
dad
detail with
did when he did
creativity
model
to produce
cars
a
and
most
stuff,
memorable
but
display.
I don't know a single kid who would give a rat's
Before
ass
becoming
nowadays.
a replay of history or a fantasy scene, it all starts as
This is
details
where
on
the
paper.
adult bookstore is gonna
Ideas
go
are brought
in the,
together from
new
historical
miniature.
accounts, photographs, and sketches, then discussed by the design team.
Yep.
As
That's
the
what we're gonna
concept
do. We're gonna use
evolves, further
plastic
sketches are worked up to help
instead of
visualize and
potatoes,
plan the scenes.
'cause that's a line
Once
I
the
just
refined
said.
sketches are approved, blueprints are drawn up, and the construction begins. From concept to construction, many months may pass, but that time and research
Wow,
all
someone
pays off.
actually
You
printed
take a
this for me.
closer
That's great. I didn't think it
The
was
fields
possible.
of glory depict the pageantry of history through the ages. Here, some of man's finest and most courageous moments are recreated. In
Here's
the
the same.
13th
What
century, the
trials
White
are
Rose of York and the Red
recreated?
Rose of Lancaster fought for the crown of England in the War of the Roses. The 40-year struggle of armor and steel ended with the death of Richard III and Henry VII ascending to the throne, so ending the Middle Ages.
Wow, it's so
The American
boring.
Civil War pitted brother against brother in one of the saddest of all wars. The Battle of Bull Run is epically
I'm pretty
recreated
sure
with
they're all
panoramic
pretty sad.
effect. Although awed by the collector's pieces and the miniature work of the craftsman, one cannot help but
Son,
reflect on the senseless
I think we have
devastation
a
of
new
human
hobby.
conflict throughout our history.
Licking windows. 'Cause this sucks. He actually has electric stuff going
Frontierland
on
takes
in
us
it.
to a
All
time
right.
in
Well,
our near
that's
past
something.
where our land was new and the struggle was against nature.
And the struggle was real.
The Haida people of the Pacific Northwest have a rich culture, centuries old. This peaceful village scene reflects the first meetings with European explorers, notably Captain James Cook.
So, sup?
Research at Miniature World may mean just taking a look at our local heritage buildings. Historic
Not that
St.
you'd
Mary's
want to.
Church, still standing today, is modeled
Wow.
in miniature to
I can still
exacting
feel the shoulder
detail.
pads in your dress, honey.
Occasionally, historical accuracy gives way to the model maker's fancy. Not many
I
of us have had a
almost give a
chance to see
damn.
what Santa's workshop really looks like, but you can bet that Santa would appreciate this special place.
No, he wouldn't. He doesn't give a rat's ass. Uh-oh, Mrs. Claus has been hitting the rum cake
Swift's
pretty
Gulliver's
hard.
Travels inspired this view of Lilliput. Who would have
Of
believed
Lilith
such a
there?
story could become
Doesn't
so
look like
real?
anything like it. I don't even see four non-blondes. Oh, I think that's
The
supposed to be
famous
Gulliver?
stories by Charles Dickens come alive in several scenes, bringing some
We
of
shouldn't put
literature's
that on
favorite
screen.
characters to life. Fagin, the Artful Dodger, and Oliver Twist.
Wow, okay,
all
yeah,
in a
no, we
glimpse
shouldn't
of
put any
19th
of this on
century
screen.
London,
And you're
England.
showing upskirt in miniature form. Have you no decency?
Visual accuracy is one thing, but mechanical accuracy? An intricate working model that performs as well as its full-size counterpart? Well,
Yeah,
that's
no,
the
I
Little
don't think
Mills
I wanna
Lumber
see
Company,
hands.
a British Columbia sawmill scaled 1 inch to the foot. The mill performs all the functions of a real mill, processing miniature
you're
cedar
that
logs into
bored.
freshly lumbered planks. A film presentation takes you through each step of the process. Every lever, belt, and wheel pieced together
Wow,
like the real
this is
ones.
more boring
It's
than
astonishing.
PBS,
It's
Dad.
amazing, and it's what Miniature World is all about. Thorough planning and research that result in a version of reality or fantasy that is pure magic.
I hope he makes a lot of money doing this shit, because I'm seriously thinking nowadays this could not survive.
Built into many of the displays at Miniature World are points of people participation, places where visitors can push a button to eliminate a point of interest or
And
animate
watch
a
it
display.
explode.
Here's the buffalo hunt of the North American Plains Indians. Activate the trolley in the Toronto, Ontario.
Whoa, that's
of
going way too
1915.
fast, bro. It's gonna, like, fall
These are
off
just
the
a few of the
track.
many special effects designed to enchant and delight kids of all ages. The Great Canadian Railway exhibit is a reproduction of the building of Canada's Transcontinental Railway. This railway was the
be
single
still
greatest
my
reason
heart!
Canada came into existence over 100 years ago. Working trains cross this great land coast to coast in an epic
Oh,
display
damn,
more
I
than
was hoping it would hit the
100
people.
feet long.
Oh, the fun out of it, bro.
Effects include a special night and day illumination sequence. Careful synchronization is required.
Wow, my mustache is intrigued.
2 train lines are used to handle the mountain grades as well as show the spiral tunnel.
The downward
Perhaps the
spiral.
greatest special effect is that of the Canadian landscape coming alive.
I don't think if I was sitting in the Canadian landscape, it would come alive.
Thousands of tiny fir and cedar trees patiently assembled.
I
The
wonder how many
convincing
real
wheat
splinters
fields
they
of the
got with that
prairies.
shit.
All as if seen from an aircraft high above.
You know, at a time when
Most
aircraft
special is
wasn't
the effect
even
of actually
invented.
stepping into history, taking part in the fantasy, drawing you further into the magic
You
of
see
the land
that?
of the small.
That's called effort, son.
Our most
One
recent
day I hope to
achievement is
see you
bringing to
try
life
it.
the complex animations used in the wonderful world of the circus. Particular attention has been paid to the type of motors driving the effects, the power sources for the animations and working lights. These units will be on the go many hours a day, year-round, and must be reliable. So every working street
have a
light,
Muppet
spotlight,
working
car
on this
headlight,
shit?
and working mechanical piece is meticulously attended to, creating amazing reality in miniature. Making it real is the true challenge of these artists.
Man,
It's the
I make
painstaking
quarter a
detail,
day.
the time-consuming,
I don't know if
careful
this
work
shit's
that
actually
goes into
worth it
each
anymore.
piece, which
Maybe
makes
Mom
these
was
displays
right.
so captivating. The painting, every wheel, each chassis, all the faces, shirts, dresses, and shoes on thousands of characters. Making the trees green and the earth brown. The major displays may involve
And my
years
eyes
of concept
red.
development and planning, then
'Cause they
another year
want
of construction
fried
and model
blood.
building before opening to the public. The artist's dedication is pivotal to the success of each and every display. Dedication is readily apparent on taking a close look at Terra, a recreation of the Southern Mansion in the classic film Gone with the Wind. This miniature mansion used conventional building techniques, from cement foundation
I
to
can
specially
almost
cut
smell the
four-joist
Southern
studs and rafters.
hospitality.
About 10,000 tiny cedar shingles were cut for the roof.
Oh,
Peeking
God.
through the windows brings more of the remarkable detail.
I thought
there are
I did
3
some really
fireplaces
boring
created
shit.
from over 6,000 hand-cast bricks, and they all really work. The rooms are fashioned after styles of the 1880s. Fine
Bricks-
lace upholstered
bricks
chairs,
work just by
mahogany
laying
beds.
there.
The detail is stunning. All the dollhouse creations offer exquisite detail. A banquet feast fit for a king, served in an elegant dining room with all the trimmings,
I'm on a
or tiny
camera
wine
now.
bottles in the butler's cellar. It's styled after Queen Mary's famous dollhouse now in Windsor Castle Museum. But it's not only the physical details that make it work.
It's
The
stuff.
individual events, the visionettes captured in each scene are also essential.
No one walks up to this
In
shit
old London
and does
town,
that.
circa
I'm sorry.
1670, we see a barmaid luring customers into a tavern.
Oh, I
A gentleman
wonder
chases
why.
a youthful apprentice who's stolen his watch. Minstrels perform on the street for coins. These human situations, slices of life we can relate to, add wonderment and
Yep,
emotion
I
throughout
remember
miniature
when
world.
I was a young
We're drawn to the
pickpocket.
marvel of the work by
Totally
skilled
reminisce
artists,
about
but as
that
well
all
the
the
drama of
time.
the realities created.
Oh yeah, I remember when I was putting the stocks too. That was some shit. You have murder. That's good. You know, back in the time. Oh my God! It's Attack on Titan.
Well, I found my boot, and we're ready just in time to introduce to you the latest feature of Miniature World. Of course, all of our previous skill
My
and imagination
ego.
have led to this spectacular display. 4 years in the making, 7,000 man-hours of work, 3 train systems, 60 animations,
And a
150
partridge in a
buildings
pear
and
tree.
structures, and a cast of over 10,000 people. A lot of hard work and a healthy dose of imagination. All
God, if this
presented for
flops,
you, ladies
we're
and
all
gentlemen, for your
screwed.
wonder and enjoyment, the greatest little show on earth, the wonderful world of circus.
Oh, I remember that ride. We had that at Idlewild.
We first meet the circus at their winter headquarters, Sarasota, Florida, USA. The time
What?
is somewhere in the 1940s, the heyday of the large touring circus. In the mild Florida climate, performers,
Yeah, you
trainers,
know,
and animals
in the
use
middle
the time
of
to
World War
relax from the
II,
weary
when
grind
no
of
one
the
could
circus
go to the
tour.
shit.
In the shops, new wagons were built with elaborate and ornate wood carvings. Built to last, they were called Rocks of Gibraltar on wheels. At winter headquarters,
No, they
new
didn't.
acts are prepared and the animals are rested before the new tour starts again in the spring. Don't worry, though, there was still time for the elephants to have fun outside.
I don't like where
Public
his trunk
tours
is.
of the winter headquarters were always an adventure. Around every corner, there was something new and fantastic to see.
But we won't picture that here.
The menagerie building was home to all the wild and exotic animals of the circus. By spring, the performers were relaxed and the animals rehearsed. It was all aboard for the new circus season.
Hot damn. Let's go out and have carny sex. On the road.
The pastoral countryside is quiet and peaceful as the heartland of the country awakens to spring. In
Before
the
the
distance,
circus
the
comes
trained
to
circus
fuck it
horn
up.
announces its arrival, and the piece breaks into excitement and anticipation.
Because they've never
Traveling
known
across the
fun
land, the
until
circus
this
train
circus
used up to
showed
100 rail cars to carry all the equipment, animals, and people for their extravaganza. From town to town, the sight of that long circus train would almost be too thrilling to
I
take.
hear the train a-comin', it's coming round the bend. I'd rather be in Folsom Prison
Even as the
than
circus
watch the
arrived, the
circus
day's
drag
work
on.
had to be completed. In the mine, the anticipation is for valuable ores, but only until the end of your shift, when you can again join your family
Got
and head out
16
for the
tons
arrival
of
of the
water you
circus
get.
train.
Another day older and deeper in it.
The circus finally arrives on the outskirts of town. At the train yards,
Hooray.
people, equipment, and animals
Oh, this
are
guy got
unloaded.
ran over.
The fancy wagons are prepared for the grand entrance into town. Main Street, here we come. In the first half of this century, the best advertisement for the circus was a spectacular parade. The colorful collection of animals, wagons, and costumes were
got
marshaled through the
walking
city to announce the
mutants.
arrival of the greatest show on earth.
Is not depicted here.
The streets would be lined with people waving and enjoying the event. Balconies
In
would be
someone's
crowded by
mind,
family and
maybe.
friends watching in wonder.
Look out, it's Lee Harvey Oswald!
As you experience this recreation, can't you imagine the thrill of a circus parade making its way down your town's main street?
No.
However, in a big
There
city,
is
not
no
everyone
thrill.
makes it to
There
the
is
parade.
no
There's
Main
always
Street.
something
There
else
is
going
only
on.
the God, that stuff was invented before fun, because it's not. Why? Why do you have that? Okay, these guys are...
The hustle bustle of the city continues throughout the day and into the night, presented here with dramatic effect.
I can almost feel the drama oozing from the screen, like frozen molasses. It's
just beyond the city limits, on the other side of town.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rogers
is the peace and tranquility of the city park. But beyond that, the Circus Big Top. Before lining up for the big show, you might try a visit to the wild animal tent.
No thanks. If I want to see wild animals, I go back to the ASU campus.
Or catch a sideshow where you might find the fantastic or the far-fetched. You pays your money,
mean all of it?
Takes your chances. On the showgrounds, the sights, smells, and sounds are simply too delightful to resist.
No,
it was hard to believe there was more under the big top, but there was.
Welcome to the circus!
Strike up the band, cue the ringmaster. It's time for the greatest little show on earth. 3 rings of laughs, thrills, and chills. It's all part of the
even when he
fun
was
of the
the
circus.
ringmaster. Okay, I'll give you that.
From the big top, we move over to the midway. Grab some cotton candy. Try your aim at a shooting gallery, or hang on to your hat on a tilt-a-whirl. It's all brought to life here with amazing animated miniatures.
I've never seen a circus this crowded. Ever.
The motion and color of the midway is truly exciting.
Yeah, I feel like
for something a little wilder, how about the Wild West Show? A popular entertainment feature from the late 1880s to the 1920s. The adventure and spirit of pioneers from the Old West has a mighty strong appeal, especially with the added feature of genuine all-American heroes like Buffalo Bill.
Yep, all
His show would feature trick riders galloping around, sharpshooters like Annie Oakley showing off their abilities. Bandits would rob a stagecoach, and the grand finale was usually an action-packed cowboy and Indian battle. Just as all seems lost, to the rescue came the cavalry, quashing the siege and bringing justice to all. It's a rip-roaring, glorified view of the American West.
Not like any of us want to remember it.
Just past the showgrounds, the industrial park, home to established as well as new industry. Continuing the vital cycle of economic growth.
Here we see Elon Musk ruining another industry. In miniature form.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful world of the circus. Just part of the wonders to be found here at Miniature World. Skilled artists working with collector's pieces and imagination to bring you into the world of the small.
I can eat this, can't
An eagle's eye view of history, of fantasy, a world of wonder and fascination.
Who did your
Ladies and gentlemen, Miniature World. It's the greatest little show on earth.
Wow. So what happened to the ringleader? He didn't even, like... He was in this thing for, like, a minute. Well, that's more camera operators than I thought they had. Someone wrote this? Okay. Somebody wrote this. Unbeknownst to me. There were appearances? That's an illegal use of a K for a name. Do you have your Peter lock? I know I don't. This is probably one of the dullest credit rolls I've ever had. And that's saying something. Because credit rolls aren't normally any kind of woohoo. This really isn't at all. Oh, that poor girl was just chub. Him and Christmas. Nobody on Earth is named Clive. I'm sorry, that's a made-up name. Just like Magnus Tyvoid here. That's also a made-up name. Tony, you suck. Just wanted to let you know that. Oh. Well, yeah, it did reek of the 80s, so I give it that. Ooh, we're edgy. Look at this. Our way production. Okay, yep, fine. That's just great. Well, I hope you learned something, because I really didn't. I mean, I don't know if that's still a thing anymore, but like I said, I really can't imagine people being involved with it. Like, even when, like, back home when they would have those miniature shows, no one really seemed to care. And, you know, that was years ago, like when I was a teenager, so, man, I can't imagine what they're like now. But back then, before Game Boys, I guess, you know, you were desperate to see anything, so there you go. Oh well, I hope you enjoyed that more than I did, because I had to suffer through it so that I can upload it to YouTube so that you can see how miserable I am. Huh. So until next time, kiddies, toodles.